Chris, let's start with looking at some of the teams in the division. Let's look at Cleveland, who I think had the best offseason of any team in the AL Central.
Yeah, I agree with that. Although they really didn't do a ton, but they actually made moves that looked like they were actively trying to win, which is, I guess the Twins did too. But yeah, Cleveland. So Cleveland won the division last year. I would consider them the favorite to win the division this year. I don't think. I mean, it's a bad division. I think if we're being honest, the way I look at it in my head, I think I could picture Cleveland winning 85 to 90 games, and maybe Minnesota 80 to 85. Then everybody else, somewhere between 65 and 75 to 80. But yeah, Cleveland. They had a top 10 offense by WAR last year, but they were really kind of a punch and Judy offense, if you will. Like they didn't hit for much power, barely more power than the Tigers, and we know how bad the Tigers were. They just didn't strike out much, and they got on base. And so what did they do? They went and added a power hitting first baseman in Josh Bell, who doesn't strike out much. He kind of fits their mold perfectly. So that was one of the big sort of power bats they added. And then they added who else did they add? They added another pitcher, another
They had
hitter.
De Los Santos from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think. But again, it was a division winning team, and they're very young, so they have a lot of talent coming up still. Andres Jimenez had a breakout season, and Jose Ramirez is still really good. So I would consider them the favorite, but I don't. Like I said, I don't think it's a great division. So if something were to go wrong there, that I could see them, falling down toward being a 500 team. But I mean, I don't think they did anything to their pitching, did they?
No, but I don't think they needed to because you look at a guy you look at somebody like Tristan McKenzie who really stepped up last year. His numbers were outstanding. He had 194 strikeouts and 191 innings pitched, and he really kind of came into his own after for a while, kind of being a swingman between the bullpen and the rotation. But it seemed like he found a spot. He's the second guy in that rotation behind former Cy Young Award winner Shane Bieber. But overall, I think that even the bullpen too. Emmanuel Class, you have back there. You have James Karnick, or is it Karen? Or sorry,
Karen check.
James Karachek. You have James Karachek back there, and and what I liked was they repurposed a guy, Sam Higgins. Is it Sam? Is it Hentons or
Hintges.
yeah, Higgins?
Hintges. I don't really know how they pronounce his name.
Yeah,
Either
Sam
Hintges or Hintges.
Sam Henches. Hopefully, I'm still in it correctly. Sam Henches, who was a starter in the minors, but he reinvented himself as a durable reliever last year, and so Cleveland has a way of going about their system. And another guy you have to get really excited for is Gabriel. Jesus Christ.
Arias, yeah.
Yeah.
Gabriel Arias, yeah.
Gabriel Arias.
I think yeah. I mean, we saw him in Toledo. I think briefly when I would with Columbus. I think, and yeah, he's an infielder. They just seem to grow infielders on trees. I think they got Arias or from the Padres maybe back in the Trevor Bauer deal.
This was
But
yep.
Yeah, he's interesting, and they got they Daniel Espino, the pitcher, he missed almost all of last year with some injuries, but he might have the best pure stuff in the minor leagues, and so it wouldn't shock me if he's in Cleveland at some point this year. And then I think they have Gavin Williams. So yeah, they're pretty stacked. They've got George Valera in the outfield coming up. They've got Brian Rogelio in the infield. It'll take a lot, I think, for Cleveland to lose the division, but I don't think that when you're relying that much on young players, maybe for your depth, things might not go right. But yeah, I think that you're going to be the clear favorite for me.
Yeah.